Hello and welcome to Sprinkle Stories and Travels, where we share meaningful travel experiences, cherished memories, heartfelt messages and true stories from around the world. We also celebrate people whose contributions, courage and positive impact go unnoticed. As promised, today we are taking you to Porto, our original destination in Portugal and a city we enjoyed so much that we returned 3 times. Each journey began differently, but every visit gave us new places to explore, familiar faces to remember and another reason to love the city. We are glad you are here. Let us begin. Some cities are places you visit once, enjoy, and leave behind. But other cities remain in your thoughts and keep drawing you back. For our family, Porto was one of those cities. We have visited Porto 3 times. Each journey began differently, but every visit gave us another reason to return. By our 3rd visit, Porto no longer felt completely unfamiliar. We had favorite places, familiar shops and even people who remembered us from previous visits. Our first journey to Portugal. Our first journey began with a flight from Amsterdam to Lisbon. After spending 1 day in Lisbon, we boarded the train and continued our journey north. At that time, we had no idea that Porto would eventually become a city we will visit more than once. Staying in Matosinhos and Asprela. During our first visit, we stayed in Matosinhos and Asprela. We had an event to attend during the first 3 days of our holiday, so it was important for us to remain close to Porto. But Porto remained our original destination and the city at the center of our Portuguese journey. Discovering Porto from the top of a bus. One of our most enjoyable experiences was taking an open-top sightseeing bus around Porto. Sitting on the upper deck gave us a completely different view of the city. As the bus traveled through different areas, we could observe the streets, churches, shops, neighborhoods and beautiful buildings from above. Instead of concentrating on directions or deciding where to walk next, we could relax and allow the city to unfold around us. We saw busy streets filled with people, older buildings with impressive architectural details and modern areas that revealed another side of Porto. The open-top bus helped us understand the size and character of the city. It was also a comfortable way for families to explore without becoming exhausted by Porto's hills and long walks. We took photographs, admired the views and discovered places we might not otherwise have seen. The Douro River and Dom Luís I Bridge. Another unforgettable part of Porto was the beautiful Douro River. The riverside was full of life. People walked beside the water, took photographs, sat near cafes and enjoyed the surrounding scenery. From different viewpoints, we could see colorful buildings rising along the hills and boats moving across the river. The Dom Luís I Bridge was one of the city's most impressive attractions. Its enormous metal structure stretches high above the Douro River and connects Porto with Vila Nova de Gaia. Whether we viewed it from the riverside, from a distance or while traveling through the city, the bridge immediately caught our attention. Together, the river, bridge and surrounding buildings created one of the most memorable views of our Porto visits. It was the kind of place where we could slow down, enjoy the atmosphere and appreciate the beauty of the city. Matosinhos Beach. Staying in Matosinhos also gave us the opportunity to enjoy the beach. After spending time in Porto's busy streets, the coastline offered a completely different experience. There was fresh sea air, open space and the relaxing sound of the waves. The beach made Matosinhos feel like more than simply an accommodation area close to Porto. It became part of the holiday itself. We could enjoy the history, shopping and energy of the city while still having the sea nearby. That combination was one of the things we appreciated most. Porto gave us the river, historic streets and lively, calm atmosphere. Our favorite ice cream shop. One of the warmest memories from our Porto visits came from a small ice cream shop in the city center. During our first visit, we stopped there and enjoyed some ice cream. We remembered the shop and decided to return during another trip. When we arrived, the owner recognized us from our previous visit. We were genuinely surprised. Porto welcomes visitors from many different countries, so we had not expected someone to remember us. That small moment made us feel welcome. The shop was no longer simply somewhere we had stopped for ice cream. It had become our favorite ice cream spot in Porto. Travel memories are not always created at famous attractions. Sometimes, they are created in ordinary places, a cafe, a shop, a supermarket or an ice cream parlor, when someone remembers your face and is pleased to see you again. Returning to the same church. We also attended church during our first visit to Porto. When we returned to the city on another trip, we decided to attend the same church again. The people there were surprised to see us. They had not expected a visiting family from another country to return, and their reaction made us feel remembered and welcomed. Like the ice cream shop, the church became another place connecting our first visit with the next. Our relationship with Porto was gradually becoming about more than sightseeing. It was also becoming about the people we met and the places where we felt comfortable. Norte Shopping and Continente Supermarket. Norte Shopping became our main shopping center during our Porto visits. We went there to browse the shops, buy what we needed, eat and spend time together as a family. When you return to the same destination, places such as shopping centers and supermarkets become useful landmarks. You begin to recognize the entrances, remember where particular shops are located and know where to find the things your family needs. Continente also became a familiar part of our Porto experience. It was where we bought groceries, drinks, snacks and supplies for our accommodation. Traveling as a family means that not every meal is eaten in a restaurant. Having access to a supermarket helped us manage our stay comfortably and enjoy meals together in the apartment. These ordinary activities made us feel less like temporary tourists and more like a family becoming familiar with everyday life in Porto. How we traveled around Porto. Porto has good public transport. During our third visit, we stayed in a stunning city center area close to a park, with convenient bus connections. However, we often chose to travel by Uber. For a family of 4, the combined cost of one Uber journey was sometimes less than everyone paying separately for the bus. It was also more convenient when we had luggage, shopping bags or several places to visit. Póvoa de Varzim was the main destination we traveled to by local train. Within Porto and the surrounding areas, Uber often worked better for us financially and practically. This was one of the useful things we learned through returning to the city. On our first visit, we were still trying to understand how everything worked. By the second and third visits, we knew the area better and could make decisions based on our previous experience. Our second visit. Our second journey began with a direct flight to Porto. This time, there was no train journey from Lisbon. We returned to the same general areas where we had stayed before, Matosinhos and Asprela. Because we already knew something about the surroundings, the visit felt more relaxed. We recognized certain streets, knew where we liked to shop and had places we deliberately wanted to revisit. A birthday buffet in Porto. One of our Porto visits became especially memorable because a member of our family celebrated his birthday during the trip. We enjoyed a lovely buffet meal together as a family. Everyone could choose from the different dishes available, and we spent the time eating, talking and enjoying one another's company. It was a simple celebration, but it was meaningful. Sometimes, a special birthday does not require decorations, a large party or an elaborate program. Sharing a good meal with the people closest to you can be enough. Celebrating the birthday in Porto made the occasion particularly memorable. It became another personal moment connected to a city we had grown to love. The happiness of that day remains an important part of our family's Porto story. Years from now, we may not remember every street we walked through or everything we bought, but we will remember celebrating that birthday together in Portugal. Our third journey. Lisbon to Porto by bus. Our third journey to Porto began differently again. We traveled by plane to Lisbon and then continued from Lisbon to Porto by bus. By this time, Porto was no longer a destination we knew only from photographs or our first holiday. We were returning to a city where we already had memories. During the bus journey, we could watch the Portuguese landscape through the windows and look forward to reaching a place we already enjoyed. It was a 3-hour journey. The bus was very comfortable and affordable. For this third visit, we stayed in a beautiful area in Porto city center, close to a park. The area had good transport connections and made it easy to explore. Although the bus service was convenient, we still often used Uber because it worked well for our family. Staying in the city center gave us another experience of Porto. Our first 2 visits had introduced us to Matosinhos and Asprela. The third allowed us to experience a more central part of the city. Each accommodation area showed us something different. 3 different journeys, 1 familiar destination. Our 3 journeys to Porto began in 3 different ways. The first time, we flew from Amsterdam to Lisbon, stayed there for 1 day and then traveled to Porto by train. The second time, we flew directly to Porto. The third time, we flew to Lisbon and traveled from there to Porto by bus. But all 3 journeys ended in the same way. We left Portugal directly from Porto and returned to the United Kingdom. The city became so memorable. It was where each Portuguese journey reached its final chapter. Why we kept returning after 3 visits, Porto became much more than a collection of beautiful buildings and attractions. We enjoyed seeing the city from the top of the sightseeing bus. We admired the Douro River, the Dom Luís I Bridge, the churches, the streets and the different neighborhoods. We enjoyed the beach in Matosinhos, shopping at Norte Shopping and buying what we needed from Continente. But the memories that made Porto especially meaningful were often the simplest ones. They included returning to the ice cream shop and being recognized by the owner. They included entering the same church and seeing the surprise on people's faces when they realized we had returned. Some destinations give you everything during one visit. Others reveal themselves slowly, one journey at a time. Porto gave us 3 different arrivals, several accommodation experiences, beautiful attractions, familiar places, welcoming people and memories we continue to carry with us. Have you ever visited a city more than once because something kept drawing you back? And have you ever returned to a church, shop, cafe or neighborhood during your travels and discovered that someone still remembered you? We would love to hear your story. Please like, share and subscribe for more true stories and life lessons. Thank you for watching Sprinkle Stories and Travels. Until next time, keep learning, keep traveling and keep enjoying the little stories that make life beautiful. Stay inspired. Take care.